Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. My name is ep63 and I welcome you to another episode of the Witcher 3, now in the Blood and Wine DLC. Last time we started off and helped our two knight friends free a villager of its free a village of its rummaging bandits, and they brought us here to Toussaint to investigate a monster not to investigate, to hunt a monster that killed a few of the knights. Now we have some information that we might get into this tavern. But before we get into it, why don't you leave a like, drop a comment for the algorithm for me, subscribe to the channel. This would help me out really a lot. And now, let's see what we have in here.
By my troth, could that be the musty scent of fresh pate?
Naught else, Sir de Peyrac-Peyran. I see time has not dulled your senses.
We would be honored if you would join us. Your companion as well.
But why do I not detect even a whiff of crayfish chowder?
No soup today, on account of there being no crayfish. I reckon you've not heard, but all I caught was a corpse. I awoke at the crack of dawn, as I do each day, but when I looked up, I beheld a blood-red sky.
This corpse is precisely why we're here. For the man whom you've invited to join you at the table was summoned from a far-off land by her gracious magnificence. He is tasked with tracking and killing the beast.
We invited two men to join us, yet since Sir de Peyrac-Peyran in temperament is more akin to hare than hound, I surmise the other is the hunter. With whom do we have the pleasure?
Oh man, this swelled up talking. It's going on my nerves already. I hope we get to some normal people in.
Name's Geralt.
A humble introduction. You've clearly not tarried long with Sir de Peyrac-Peyran.
Spare us the petty insults. Geralt is a master of the witchering trade. He has questions concerning the beast's last victim.
I was the one to find the corpse. The sun had just risen when I awoke, sat straight up in my bed, looked out the window, and beheld a sky red as blood.
Yes, thank you. We already know that.
Or we shall be here till winter.
Yes, you're right. And no, I won't ask any further questions than necessary. Where's the body? We need
to
it.
examine the body. Know where they took it?
They ferried it across, then loaded it on a cart and hauled it to a cellar at Corvo Bianco to keep it cool, see?
What? Why, Corvo Bianco is Baron Russell's estate. When he learns they've turned his cellar into a morgue, he'll set his hounds on them.
While you were gallivanting about the north, his vineyard was auctioned off.
Who was that? Woman who just left. Didn't see her before. Didn't notice her walk in either.
Doubtless Linnis, the innkeep's daughter. But hold, Geralt, because this is an outrage. Russell's vineyard was auctioned off? Inconceivable.
It is no secret the Baron had gambling debts up to his ears. It finally came time to collect. His creditors auctioned off his property. The Ducal Chancellery bought it, in fact. Russell now bunks with his brother in Vicofaro.
I told Russell he'd get his comeuppance. How long can one throw on past heroics? His creditors must finally have defined that his promises meant nothing.
Such are the times. Today's knights are pale shadows of the heroes of yore.
It's true what they say. God sent the beast to punish us for straying from the old paths.
I'm quite. I'm still hearing those words evermore. The gods punishing us for straying off the old paths. They say it's Skellige, they saying it well. Man, what's up with you guys?
Thanks for the hospitality. Time I examined the corpse.
Corvo Bianco lies a short way from here, near the tourney grounds. Just follow the road and you'll arrive.
Not coming with? Oh yeah, some sort calls.
Some sort? Ha! Her Grace bestowed a great honor on me, even before we departed for Velen. I'm to play the hare during this year's game in the palace gardens. When you see me in my costume, you will wet yourself laughing.
A little tempted to ask a few questions, but it sounds like a long, complicated story. One involving lengthy digressions into local history and tradition. So, see you later, Milton, and good luck.
You've gotta let him that. This man takes pride in his silly costume he has to wear. What treated the chessboard knife? I can loot several things here. Information for tournament participants. I will read that later on, Emma. Some more things and... Okay, let's go then to Corvo Bianco then. Okay. Roche just spawned in on the riverbank down there. Let's walk a bit away so we can't call her in again. Maybe on a better spot. Yes. That's it. That's better.
Come on, Roach.
So, let's go to Corvo Bianco.
Have to hurry.
Fight! A barrel rolling down.
Killer must still be here.
Okay, he cleaned up here good, the killer.
In the cellar. Gotta be. Footprints. Small bare feet. Lead deeper into the cellar.
Hello? Who's there? Small feet? A female humanoid?
You. Saw you at the inn.
Why do you have to be naked?
Why'd you kill these people? Clearly wasn't for their blood.
That's an interesting hand.
We don't have to fight.
Oh, please.
You are
don't.
wrong.
Oh, such a shame to kill you. That was the first mistake here from you. Not killing me instantly.
I cannot let you leave.
Ah yes, Brixey. Do I have them still in my bestiary? I know they are vampires. Okay, I have not moon dust and devil's puffball. Devil's puffball. Okay, what's that bomb? Do I have it? Yeah. Devil's puffball releases a cloud of poison when detonated, enhanced and extended effect. Okay, and I wanna take away your ability to transform since you're a vampire. And I poison myself, great. Come here. So let's... The Blood and Wine DLC has many vampires. Now it's a good opportunity to remember which one it is. The purple one. Second one from the bottom. Up. And does it change something? No, not really. Stay here. Oh, this will be a long fight. Haven't done any damage to her. Ow. I panic there a bit and put on too much swallow. And you're no, but I'll take you. Would you stay down? No. Ow. I should have dodged that with his roll and not just quick dash to the side. I think I fucked her into the wall. Now she's down. What a tough beast.
Killed all these men to get to the body. What was she doing at the table, though?
So, yeah, before we get to that, I will loot you. Maybe we have something interesting on you. Not much, but a greater blue mutagen. Greater blue mutagen. This was the man. Doesn't look.
Stinks.
Really looks ugly. What's with the other hand?
Waterlogged. Both hands amputated. Body was quartered just as I thought.
Water, yes.
Laid in water for some time. Head swollen, and something took a few bites out of it. Something in the throat. A pouch, bulging with coins. Nilfgaardian florins, from several different provinces. If the murderer did this, means we're dealing with a sentient thinking beast.
Okay, that narrows it pretty much down. They are not that much. Beast capable of thinking.
Body was chopped up after death. Blows struck with great force, but bones sliced through, not crushed. Creature that killed him had long claws, sharp as a witcher's blade. First sank its claws into the victim's heart. No Bruxa did this.
A higher vampire, maybe?
Third hand. A spare? Except it's clearly not the victim's. Guardsmen must have not noticed it as they picked everything up. How's this possible? Still warm. Blood still flowing? Several monster species can regenerate. Never heard of that happening to their severed limbs, though. Or of their limbs seeming completely alive after so much time. Examine the tissue more closely later. Might learn something. So, murderer was clearly a monster, but not a Bruxa. But then why'd the Bruxa come here for the severed hand? And who does the hand belong to? Why the hell's it still warm? Now, pouch shoved down the victim's throat. What's the significance? And why was he chopped up into pieces? Lots of questions, no answers so far. Need to know about the other victims. I'll ask Palmerin to get me in to see the Duchess.
Oh yes, so many questions. Oh man, I am sorry you got here. We should someone down here to clean up this mess. And where's the exit? Here. So, Anna Henrietta. I will call you Anne. Cart laying in the way. Ooh, such a steep staircase. Not really suited to ride it with Roach, but we can get through here. What's this cheering crowd? An arena. Ooh. Let's check it out then. Can I join in the fight? Oh, seems like they are having fun. Oh. Yes, it says something about a tourney. It's clearly for this, and there's arena is clearly for the tourney. Oh, here. Where? One? Oh, let's talk to this knight.
Need to speak to the Duchess, urgently.
All right, you scamps. Store is done. Go find your parents.
But the Palmerine, what about the story of Rittik and the dragon?
Tales for another time. But take a good look at the man who stands before you now. This is Geralt of Rivia, the master witcher who lent his valiant hand to the defeat of the giant Goliath.
Master Witcher, is it true virtue always trumps villainy?
Well, mild child. No, I will be honest with you, the stronger wins, not the most
Much as we
virtuous.
might not like it, virtue's got nothing to do with it. Victory goes to the stronger.
So, is there no point to being virtuous?
Not what I said.
Then what's needed to vanquish villains?
A sharp sword and some skill.
But what if there's lots of villains, and they've sharp swords too? And lots of skill?
That's where virtue starts to matter. Because they say the gods reward the virtuous after death.
Now, that will do for questions. Go find your parents.
Well, that wasn't the answer for the question that I had in mind,
Highness
but
has doubtless arrived at the tourney grounds to watch the battle in the arena. If we hurry, we'll be in time to speak with her before the spectacle begins.
Geralt really put it a good way.
Lead the way. Who's fighting? Nilfgaardian gladiators?
Close, but not quite. As you will soon see.
Someone's gonna fight a Shaelmaar with only some bells on its tail to confuse it, slow it down.
What's our first the problem? The beast is a gift from the Emperor, no less.
I wouldn't call it a gift from the Emperor. I would say he wanted to get rid of it and weaken the other states. That's...
This is dangerous. Bells on its tail aren't enough.
I saw a spectacle of the sort of the arena in Nuremberg. There, a knight defeated a Shaelmaar with bells on its tail.
Might have gotten lucky. Shaelmaar might have been lame. Who knows? Only a Witcher has a real chance against a healthy Shaelmaar. And that's not even every Witcher. Besides which, releasing a monster that dangerous in front of a crowd, plain irresponsible.
And who is the unlucky one?
Guillaume, the young man you met.
Yeah. Mentioned he'd promised his heart's captor a monster trophy.
Great love demands great sacrifices.
Well, I would say his sacrifice will be the ultimate one if he continues this.
Let's go.
Rip boy. I hope you had a good life.
I dedicate my imminent victory to fair Lady Vivian.
Don't put it in the dust, you will dull the blade.
We must wait.
Is that a mole? A mole? Armadillo? I am. Yeah, an armadillo.
Got a bad feeling about this.
And he lost. There he lost one bell. I think it were 3 that they put on its tail. And this idiot is celebrating his victory.
Damn it.
And it lost all of it. But you've got to admit, that was a nice cry. Shaelmaar. That should be a relic. And a bit tougher than the proxy we just faced off. Yeah.
The beast heaved its foul girth. The Witcher in 190 pounds.
Oh, thanks for the commentary. So I can concentrate on the fight. Thanks. Would you keep going up there? Oh, he rolls on the side. Bob. Kinda funny. With the armor of the Shaelmaar, the kidney sign is useless. You have to stun it a bit with the shockwave, which is art sign. This doesn't do as much damage as the proxy. Oh, sorry, this we are fighting there on top of Europe. We are almost done. Ah, bleeding damage, got it. As far as I know, the bleeding damage is percentage of max health.
Master of the witchering trade. Behold, as the last gasps of life seep from the beast.
Thanks. Thank you. Yeah, calm down, it wasn't that much of a deal.
Master Geralt, do what you must. Finish the deed!
Yes, I will spare the Shaelmaar. I will spare it the suffering.
It suffered enough.
This isn't a circus. Well,
The fight is done.
A circus isn't better
Be the
anyway.
victors!
Guillaume,
The lad came damned close to dying.
Hey, didn't you
I'm
fall down on the
fine.
wall?
Not hurt at all. Vivian?
Smile as befits a hero and keep silent. Speech clearly paints you. She approaches.
Geralt. We must talk. Vivian.
You shall talk later, in the medic's tent.
Geralt, magnificent, breathtaking.
Your
Yes,
Grace.
thanks.
We knew that to summon you was a brilliant idea. We are delighted, ravished to have struck upon it.
And I'm truly honored.
See to our young hero. Hop, hop. For we must make off with Geralt. We should talk. We had been long awaiting your arrival. Had nearly lost hope. Then suddenly, that entrance, so spectacular.
Please. Just a normal Witcher
Your
day.
Grace. Shaelmaars are dangerous creatures, even to knights in full plate armor.
Nonsense. In Toussaint, knights have battled beasts for mere glory since time immemorial. True. Guillaume suffered a few bumps, scars, and bruises, but in return gained eternal glory as he who slew the monster.
What about the crowd?
Okay.
Say the Shaelmaar had vaulted into the stands. Would have been a massacre.
Geralt, though we value your fortuitous intervention in the arena, we would remind you your services have been retained, and as shall soon become clear, you will be generously compensated for completing another task altogether.
So, in other words, is that I shouldn't have intervened and let the Shaelmaar rummage through the whole arena and kill all of your citizens?
Your Grace, my contract. I'd like to discuss it.
Naturally, but not here. We shall need Damien. He led the investigation pending your arrival. But wherever could he be? Come, we must find him.
Can I loot my monster here first? I wanna back into the arena. Oh man, what a waste.
Tell us, have you come alone? Or did Viscount Julian accompany you?
Wish to see Dandelion, Your Grace?
Yes. I mean, no. Yes. But solely to tell him we regret. Yes, deeply regret rescinding the death sentence we so justly handed down upon him. If we could turn back time, we would make certain he sat in a tower till he rotted. No, we would ensure he was broken on the wheel, then drawn, hanged, and quartered.
I think you don't really know what you really wanna do.
Ah, the very man we would entrust with these tasks. Damien de la Tour, captain of my personal guard.
Hey there, dude.
Witcher.
Greetings.
Hey guy, you should clean off the area back there. There are some of your
Sorry
men
to have to tell you,
dead.
but the guardsman handling the last victim's body.
I know already. The creature in the cellar of Corvo Bianco. Was it the beast?
No, a bruxa, a kind of vampire. Not the beast, but tied to it in some way.
You know this how?
Through careful analysis of the evidence, both on the riverbank and at Corvo Bianco.
Do you mean to insinuate the investigation thus far has been sloppy?
Geralt insinuates nothing of the sort. We must listen to him attentively.
She's right. Garrett has just done some of his investigation of his own, and it were better than yours.
I examined the body of the beast's last victim. Might have found something. Need to analyze it. A quiet place, that's what I could use most right now. And maybe the help of an alchemist or a mage. Also like to hear all you know about the previous victims. Take it Sir Delatour is my man for that.
Firstly, call me Damien, please. Secondly, you should know I spoke against summoning you here. I've heard much about you. You bring trouble, or thus far have, always. And we've enough trouble as it is. Yet we are capable of defeating the beast on our own, without an outsider's help. I've no doubt about it.
Damien, we settled the matter of the Witcher's employ some time past. Definitively. Since you have broached it nonetheless, let us discuss Geralt's pay. Are the legends true? Do Witchers usually demand that which you find at home, yet did not expect?
Do you speak of the what was it called? The price? No, God, I forgot it how it's called. No, we don't usually do it. But sometimes, if we feel like it.
Not quite, Your Grace. Law of surprise.
Law of
Something we
surprise.
invoke at times, but rarely. Usually we just take gold.
Disappointing. This law sounds rather romantic. On the other hand, on returning to the palace, we would likely find impatient petitioners or a set of sample fabrics for a new dress. Poor rewards, both. I fear you'd not have much use for any of the surprises we are likely to come upon. Thus, we've decided you shall receive the deed to a vineyard, Corvo Bianco, and a sum of coin. You will doubtless consider this adequate. Title to the vineyard shall be given to you at once. Surely you'll need lodgings while you hunt. The coin, however, will be yours only once you have slain the beast.
Lovely,
thank
generous
you.
gesture, Your Grace. Corvo Bianco. Isn't it the Duchy's temporary morgue?
Is it now? The Chancellery's bungled things again, we fear. Not to be left unsupervised for one instant. Yet, in its mood, a morgue should present minimal problems to a Witcher. What's more, nothing enhances a wine's reputation better than a grim legend.
Thank you, Your Grace. I accept the contract, of course. But as I said before, I'll need some information.
So we will
How
do
did it
some
start?
detective work.
Who was the first victim?
Crispy was the first to die. He was famed once for his many glorious tournament victories. Then he grew old, hung up his sword, and took to winemaking.
Crespi was not loved by the wine merchants. He was ruthless in business and thought to cheat many a time. He asked us for a dispensation from all court ceremonies. We did not grant it. We could not. Once you've taken the oath of a knight, you remain a knight till death.
How'd he die? Where'd they find the body?
Quite unusual, the circumstance. He was at a feast when suddenly one of his fellow feastgoers noticed he was missing. The town watch found him an hour later. On his hands and knees, propped against the town pillory, his sword hanging from his neck. He had died of wounds inflicted with claws, not a weapon. Blows of great force.
So he died suddenly, but the body was on its knees, meaning someone posed it.
So it seems.
So they wanna put him on shame there.
Second murder.
Okay.
Tell me what you know.
In the city there are certain nooks. No one reasonable ventures there after dark. Ramon Dulac's corpse was found in one such place. With the first murder, terror gripped the city. Its inhabitants grew wary, kept to safe areas. Consequently, news of the second victim came to us from a group of concerned cut-purses.
Criminals fear the beast? Telling in a way. Take it you've excluded the possibility that Ramon died at the hands of these bandits.
Do you believe me an amateur? Not hands, but claws killed Ramon Dulac. The wound was deep, clean.
His body was found in the gutter, dressed in nightshirt and cap, a pillow placed under his head, and his sword replaced by a bed warmer. Ramon Dulac, a knight who but a dozen years past was an advisor to our father, the Duke.
Someone went to a lot of trouble to make him look ridiculous. Maybe revenge was the motive.
It's not out of the question. Dulac had shady dealings with the criminal underworld, but no one ever came forth with concrete proof of any misdoings.
So, first two victims were knights, best years behind them.
The same could be said of the third. Sir Delacroix was wont to claim that in modern times knights face new challenges, enterprise being the latest addition to the chivalric virtues.
He made a veritable fortune in the grain trade. Palmerin even nicknamed him Sir de la Stinchi.
Found a coin pouch on his body. Contained florins dating from various times, hailing from different provinces of the Empire.
Delacroix loved coin, true, but had no patience for numismatics.
That's some interesting murders.
Lots of similarities between the victims. All the bodies were found in strange places under extraordinary circumstances. Seems the murderer, whoever or whatever it is, has some meaning to convey.
These were honorable men. We are horrified by the disdain, the disrespect with which they were treated. These were knights of Toussaint. Blast it.
Might be the point. From what you say, none was a model of virtue. Ever considered that's what the beast's trying to draw attention to?
All the murdered men were knights who swore fealty to the 5 chivalric virtues. And even if the
Knights of Toussaint swear fealty to what virtues exactly?
honor, wisdom, generosity, valor, and compassion.
And okay, one with a coin in his mouth. Greed, that's the direct opposite of generosity. Well, I don't really know what that means. Could be the one. I don't want to connect
5
it.
virtues. Why are they so important to your knights?
Strange question.
Your Grace, forgive me. I'm a foreigner trying to understand another land's customs.
You are forgiven. According to legend, the virtues we cultivate were bestowed upon us by the Lady of the Lake. How we truly came to espouse them, none remember. In Toussaint, we believe men of low birth should be simple-hearted and obedient. We expect much more, however, of our knights. They are to be soldiers and courtiers, lords and servants. Thus, the need for clear moral guidelines. At the time of his dubbing, a knight vows to demonstrate throughout his life honor, wisdom, generosity, valor, and compassion.
Okay.
Beast seems to be pointing up moral decay, denouncing it. Victims were all humiliated. Might have been murdered to emphasize their lack of specific chivalric virtues.
Honor compromised by the pillory. Wisdom by ridicule. Generosity by a coin pouch shoved down a throat.
Hey,
It
thanks.
seems to fit, true, though not perfectly.
Can't discount the theory if it's on the lips of everyone in town. Say our reasoning's right. Next murder will be just as showy and denounce the victim's lack of the 4th virtue, valor. We can also assume that victim will be an elder knight.
Let's think. At the moment, all the knights are either at the tourney grounds or in the palace gardens. Our annual hare hunt shall begin there shortly. Have you heard of the custom?
Milton mentioned something. Seemed excited to prance around in a bunny costume. Not sure why. Hang on. Strange circumstances. A knight advanced in years. The famed cowardice of rabbits.
Could it be that simple? Is Milton de Peyrac Peyren the next victim?
Milton also knew Delacroix. Told me so down by the river.
Damien! To miss something so obvious. De Peyrac Peyren, Crespi, Delacroix, and Delac formed a knightly team. It was years ago, but...
A team? That sounds interesting.
They were close friends, tightly knit, and as such earned the trust of our father, the Duke. We often witnessed him turn to them with delicate matters. Later, their paths diverged.
Unlikely to be a coincidence. Beast must know it too. It's a lead, I'm sure. Your Grace, we need to find Milton, immediately.
Rather problematic. You see, the garden entertainments are due to start, and he's disguised as the hare. hiding somewhere, waiting for some tipsy courtiers to find him. The hare's hiding place is a carefully guarded secret.
We must call off the game at once.
First and foremost, we must remain calm. Damien, order the gardens searched immediately, but discreetly. By no means can we disrupt the festivities. Panic will only incite the beast to strike sooner. And you, Witcher, follow me. My gardens, my night, I shall take the fall. A murder is out of the question. I will not allow it. Not near my palace. Horses? Ready our horses! Your Grace!
Oh. Okay. She has some fire. I like that.
What the hell? Why, I should... Your Highness,
Mind it doesn't get wrinkled. Onward!
Hmm.
Hey! That is silk! Be careful! Give it to me!
Yes, and you just probably ruined it. Man, I know it. Okay. And thanks for watching. Leave a like and a comment. And I will see you next time. Bye!